Hey everybody, it's Roullette, and I just want to show y'all my Earth DPS loadout. So before I start, I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit of background. When I first made this tune, he was fire DPS slash tank, whatever. So after I was fired for about a year, so I switched over to Earth powers, and it was cool, whatever. I figured out a way to get my damage up, and I was out DPS and Raging Celestial DPS, and this is prior to update 37, so this was the old Earth loadout. I used to just clip rifle into my rotation before they nerfed the grenade attack or whatever. But anyway, after that, I switched my powers a few times. I switched to light, then I switched back to Earth again. Then I switched to rage, and I switched back to Earth again. Then I switched to fire, and that was a beast ass loadout. Then I switched back to Earth. Now then, if you've seen the fire DPS loadout I did, it was based around like Weapon Master or whatever, and the damage was like superb or whatever, right? So when I switched back to Earth, I tried to play the same way again, but my damage took like a 35% hit. Where I was doing, like say we run artifacts, I would do 1,000,000 before the boss will, come the first boss. Then when I first switched back to Earth, I think I did like 650k. So that's about 35% right there, damage reduction, whatever. So I was not necessarily stressed about it, but I was whatever. I was stressed anyway. I was trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with my loadout, and then you know I was just looking at the loader screen or whatever, and it was saying how I guess the pet is supposed to be your awesome mechanic for Earth. So you know what? I decided I was gonna retool and come back again and just go back to my roots, where instead of focusing on Weapon Master and Weapon Master crits, I just focused on clipping and just getting the most damage I can as fast as possible. So pretty much this is the loader I came up with. Alright, so pretty much I got a crush loadout, and it's based around having crystal. Only thing you have to do is make sure that you keep everything running at all times, and then you just clip solar flare, and you just use that to continue your moves, keeping everything going. You get about like 4 damage over times. Well, it's like 3 damage over times, but you gotta count crystal and all that too. Alright, so the first move on my loadout is Rumble Crush. I use Rumble Crush to get the crush damage into action, crush power in action, excuse me. And it also it does a burst damage. It's not really too good, it's about medium damage, and it gives you a damage over time. But Crystal gets a bonus for attacking crushed enemies, and it's like a crush AoE effect. So that's good to have in your loadout. The second move I have in my loadout is reinforced. That gives you a 15% increase on your precision, and then it gives you plus 7% critical attack damage, plus 7% critical attack chance. Then I have Totem. Totem gives you AoE around you that does a pretty small damage over time, but it increases your critical attack damage and critical attack chance by 3% each. So that in conjunction with reinforced, that's 10% increase in your critical attack chance and critical attack damage, which is good for this loadout because you're gonna get a lot of hits. So the more chance you have to crit, the better. Then the move I have after that is Debris Field. Alright, Debris Field does extra damage on days of crushed enemies, which is good because Rumble Crush, it crushes you, as implied by its name. And it also does a nice substantial damage over time. Then I have Fortified Golem, which shields your golem and gives your brick or crystal power. And crystal needs power in order to do the more powerful attacks. Then obviously I have crystal, the last of my loadout. So pretty much the only thing you want to do is you just hold triangle, then you tap range. After you tap range, you use Rumble Crush. After that, you're gonna go and just continue to hold range as to while you're doing the animation from Rumble Crush, because you'll automatically fire off the charge blast. Then after that, you want to tap range again so that you can use solar flare, and then clip solar flare with fortified golem. After that, you can just hold triangle again, or hold range again, and tap range again. Then you'll use debris field and clip that with reinforce. So now you have 3 damage over times going, and things can get pretty hectic after this. After that, the only thing you gotta do is hold range again, tap range, and clip the solar flare again with totem. And try to get in medium range so the totem can get the you know, the little extra damage over time on your enemies. So now you got an extra 10% critical attack damage, critical attack chance. You got 3 dots going, and by the time you use totem, your fortified golem should be done its cooldown. So then you just clip it, and you clip solar flare again into fortified golem, and then you just continue to keep clipping solar flare into rumble crush until the cooldowns are done, and then you just keep the rotation going. With this loadout, it's definitely good to have whatever the might neck mod is. I can't think right now. It's like 4 in the morning, but it gives you extra 151 might for 8 seconds. In 8 seconds, you could probably use rumble crush at least 3 times. So you can stack that. That's about 453 or so extra might. Now with a lot of damage over time moves and crystal, that's gonna just increase your damage dramatically. I didn't really want to make it this long, but hey. So anyway, that's my loadout, and it's pretty beast actually. If I'm not top DPS, I'm close to the top DPS every time, and that's only because I got to get my skill points up. I just hit 140, so you know I got some work to do. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave some comments, and have a good day.